And here we
All
go,
right, here
folks.
we go.
It's time
Where's
for
the
the PS5
ESRB.
showcase.
Contains mature content not is suitable for all audiences. Please go home.
Oh yeah, maybe we'll also see a bit more Project Ivy and Returnal, because I'm actually look interested in Returnal. So.
Oh, well, that's coming from my YouTube stream.
Different.
Where are we?
You see things others can't.
This is the power.
Hello and welcome to the router for the PS5.
Oh great, Kira.
You do not fully understand it.
Oh look, the cat simulator game.
Yeah, that's a thing. No
It is indeed
sequel
a
to
thing.
Horizon Zero.
The sequel. The Western lands.
Alright.
There's Shiro's favorite game, the cat.
Oh wow, you are quite behind.
He's
Yeah,
on the
it seems
YouTube
like-
stream.
Well, there's not much I can do about that.
You really can kill Twitch, huh?
Well, that's the thing. I had Twitch on my phone, but that's lagging even more.
Hold on,
behind.
what is this?
Oh,
Wait,
I'm
is
guessing
this
it's Project Ivy.
wild?
Oh no.
Wait, is that flipping wild? No way.
Shiva's dominant.
No, while that a more
Nah,
primitive look.
No,
These-
it's not wild.
These look very Enixable. A bit with the facial style, I will have to say that.
Let's
Chocobo,
see.
yes.
Yeah, oh my god, it's off on 16. Maybe the
Holy
rumors were true.
shit.
Sergeant, let's summon their
There were
icon.
rumors of Final
Well,
That's
Fantasy
Titan.
16.
Icon.
Well, I just got the
Creative
Square Enix.
Created
Well, I
by
just
Shiva.
got
free. Hey
I
Shiva.
just saw
Holy
the.
crap.
Wait, is this a prequel to 15?
I doubt it.
The designs look similar a bit. Yeah,
Well-
there's also the wolf. The cub is the same wolf that Luna has.
Well, Teo Nomura is the character designer, so of course there's going to be similarities.
Wait,
Come, Joshua. Your father will be.
are they actually
Also,
gonna?
these looks to be made with the Luminous
yeah.
engine.
Wait, are
Yeah,
they?
this, se-
Are they
this
actually
actually
gonna?
seems
Are
like
they?
it takes place.
Are they actually gonna try and give Luna Freya more of a character?
No, I don't think that's it. I don't think this is 15.
It
No.
is.
Hell, this doesn't even seem to be in the same setting. Yeah, this looks more medieval. in some
Yeah,
of the
again,
settings.
ancient past. Look at that, the Volborro model is identical though, and they rarely recycle unless it's a spin-off.
Which
the
would be
type of
interesting.
models.
That'd be interesting because recent Final Fantasy games, except maybe 14, kind of shy, kind of
Also, Joe,
gone away
that's-
from the medieval setting.
That's also Joe, but that's the thing, Joe. There was going to be a Luna episode.
Oh, Dragoon.
DLC that
Yes,
was for
yes.
that specific purpose. and
Yes,
I
yes.
can't
They got
Not
Yes,
just
yes, yes,
that,
I know,
also
but
one
we all
for
know how
Arnea
that.
and a final one for Noctis.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
I know. I'm just saying.
I know, but we all know how that turned out.
The armor... Yeah, this looks like it's made with Luminous engine, but not Unreal.
Weird. I thought Square
hopefully it will
were,
run better on PS5.
finally, realizing that the Luminous engine, well, fine
Well,
for
that's the
some
thing,
games,
Teo. It
isn't
said
great
Creative
for
Business Unit
all.
3. It didn't say
games.
It said Creative Business Unit 3 too. It didn't say Luminous Productions though.
Alright, so let's see what it is. We have a title yet? Nope. Whoa, what the fuck is that?
It's Untitled RPG.
Eh?
It's King's Knight 2!
Oh god.
I think that's Ifrit. It's a different design. The Legacy of the
Oh,
Crystal.
there you go.
Legacy of the crystal.
Ah, thanks for caught up with you guys.
Oh.
Phoenix,
Hey Teo, do you think maybe this is Ito's new game?
Shaped our history.
Little History.
Uh-huh.
Unless is this like the
For
next
long
MMO
enough,
or something?
It could be. It could be actually.
Come on, show us a title.
Although it's a bit too action to be a proper Final Fantasy MMO.
Well, let's see.
They're gonna
Wake
make
up.
you wait for your title.
Wow, that was super edgy. So like, I'll kill you.
I'll see.
Yeah, the dramatic wake up.
Oh, it's Final Fantasy 16, next sequel, alright.
Alright.
And the Yoshitaka
Yeah.
Mano logo is Ifrit against Phoenix. Okay.
Oh, cool.
PlayStation console exclusive, also on PC.
available on PC.
Sony, you need to stop picking bad habits from Microsoft.
In like the teeny tiny little letters at the bottom.
Well, this is third party too. Sony doesn't have any control on whenever they release.
But we could have avoided saying, "Oh, console exclusive, also on PC."
So
you can at least associate Final Fantasy with PlayStation.
Well, the term console exclusive means it's console. This is the only console where you can play.
Yeah.
that came out of nowhere, but okay, Final Fantasy 16.
Still, okay, it's weird.
But there were rumors. There were rumors going.
Yeah, someone from Square Enix told in a tweet today to actually check out the stream. So.
Yeah.
So, although initially people thought they were fake, you know,
Telltale, a new medieval setting Final Fantasy game.
Hold on.
I'm all for it. Hey, but Miles Morales.
Hold on, Shuri. What were you going to say?
well, initially they were found to be quote-unquote fake, but remember, people had to double back because it turns out the Mario anniversary accounts were actually real. Somebody found a Final Fantasy 16 account also.
Yeah.
Huh, neat.
It's gotten to a point over where companies can't keep anything hidden anymore.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, pretty
We
much.
will find it.
Except for Nintendo when it comes to Smash, because I have not heard pretty much any concrete rumors about the next Smash fighter.
So I'm guessing they're splitting between doing the 7 remake and now 16.
Well,
Yeah.
remember,
It's a different team
hold on.
for both of those games.
Remember, Dwibs, different companies listed, so my guess is probably completely different teams. Nomura is probably still handling the remake, while we have someone else handling 16.
Yeah.
That said, though,
surprised if it's Ito, since Ito's game has yet to be
It's
shown.
weird. It's so weird though that we're still using the Luminous engine for that.
so yeah, but basically though, admittedly, that's a pretty neat move. So now people don't have to worry about the 7 remake allegedly, hindering the wait for, the
Well,
actual
Jova,
new
it's a new mainline Final Fantasy, Jova, so we'll have to see how long it will take.
Oh god, true.
That being said, though, I'm wondering. But that being said, though, I wonder how many people are going to be angry that it's a PS5 exclusive.
Hi, I'm Brian Horton, Creative Director at Insomniac Games. We're excited to show you this first look at gameplay from Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. Our story picks up 1 year after the events of the first game, and we find Miles' new home, Harlem, is in danger. Trouble brews while Miles' mom, Rio Morales,
but yeah, Tio just raised a good point, like, one, it's Square, so we'll have to see if this actually does come out within this decade, and, two, just an initial trailer. No way to know how it's going to turn out here and there.
Besides,
They
it's on
did
the
seem to have
Luminous engine. Where's the lag?
They did seem to introduce some gameplay bits here and there, but again, it could be just prototype.
Anyway, to answer your question, Dwibs, knowing Square, it'll probably eventually come to other consoles anyway, like a lot of other Square Enix games that used to be PlayStation exclusive or until they came to other consoles.
Is that this game version of Prowler? Because if it is, I'm not really digging the design.
It's weird. Bit generic looking,
It looks
but
like
maybe
it looks like a
it's an
crossover
interesting one.
between. It looks like a crossover between those neon villains you normally get and Amazing Spider-Man 2's design of Mysterio. No, not Mysterio. Sorry,
Electro.
Yeah. Okay, I know he was in a 2 movie, but I got the wrong number 2 movie.
Yeah, Miles' traditional electric discharge.
Yep.
Sounds rather feminine.
Yeah, it sounds like a she. Again, bit generic looking, but maybe it's to cover up who the villain really is.
Probably. I mean, the previous Spider-Man game also had multiple villains anyway, so, this clearly may not be the main threat.
Plot twist, it's Mary Jane.
I suppose one other thing we do have to consider is apparently there's word that this game will be substantially smaller than the previous Spider-Man game because this is more like,
A Lost Legacy. Yeah. Insomniac various times over the course of their social media Twitter account have mentioned that this game is going to be the Lost Legacy of the Marvel Spider-Man franchise, basically.
And it fits with the launch line again.
They're still working on the proper full-blown sequel to the original with Peter Parker. This is just to finish off the Miles Morales side story.
And it does make sense to be, you know, in the launch window again, testing the capabilities of the console and all.
I wonder, what if that woman is supposed to be this thing's take on the Tinkerer? Because that does reflect one of the Tinkerer's outfits around in
I guess.
forget which era.
We're having a lot of conflicting. I'm hearing a lot of conflicting reports on who exactly is working on 16. Some people saying it's a guy who was a designer on Devil May Cry 5 and Dragon's Dogma. Some are saying it's from Yoshi P's team.
Just wait until like a couple of hours. There will be probably more official announcements.
Well, whatever. More Marvel Spider-Man by Insomniac is fine by me.
It looks good.
Well, at least this time it wasn't Magneto, I guess. Why in Spider-Man stories there's always a bus falling off a high place?
But either a bus or a train.
The train was more like out of control, but still on his rail. It's always like buses falling out.
Anyhow, hopefully it won't be like the PC version of Spider-Man 2.
Cue the pizza theme.
Okay, thankfully it isn't.
Hey.
He's not gonna just leave him to crash and die.
I've got an idea.
What's your... Miles, I don't think these may work.
I saw this in Spider-Man Homecoming, it worked there.
Actually,
It really didn't.
didn't.
Tony had to come in and finish the job.
I forgot
Exactly.
that.
Pretty sure it worked. Yeah.
It worked about as well as ketchup does with peanut butter.
That's
Well, that wouldn't be
disgusting.
surprising because there's a subway section in the first game where they do a blatant references to the iconic scene from Spider-Man 2. So if they try to do something similar to this game, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
Slingshot.
Oh, where'd they go?
I don't know.
Calling it now, we'll probably get a
Oh,
hoodie.
there they are.
Calling it now, this game will probably have a hoodie costume in homage to Spider-Verse the movie.
Most likely.
Most of that, yeah. The costume right in the first game was already immense anyway, so...
They actually did do that for the first game, where they put in the Spider-Verse
great.
outfit as a free
Holiday 2020.
still no release date? Come on.
Well, I guess it means like probably December.
Well, we know it's going to be a
Yeah.
launch title, I know, but...
Wait, did they confirm it's a launch title?
Launch window at the very least, Jova. And it says here holiday 2020, so, you know, not too far.
It really does beg the question why they don't just give us a release date, seeing as how we have an idea of when the PS5 is going to launch.
Maybe it's because they don't want to spoil the release of the console before the end. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Like when Microsoft.
Oh, Warner
had
Bros. What is this?
Oh, is
it's
this
the
that
Harry
Batman
Potter
game?
Made
the
by
Harry
Avalanche.
Potter game.
The one that got leaked a year ago.
I was about to say.
Oh my god, I
Is that
actually
RPG?
I actually remember this
Yes.
leak.
It's like
If
an
the leaked
online
footage is
thing?
anything to go by, yes.
So Avalanche managed to finally get out of the Disney tie-in video game.
Actually, that's Traveler's Tales. Avalanche mostly does whatever it wants. It worked mostly for first Enix and then first Idols and then Square Enix for Just Cause.
There's like two Avalanches. There's the Avalanche that does the Just Cause, and there's the Avalanche that
No,
did, like,
this is the one that has done also the Mad Max video game, which it makes sense why we're still working with Warner Bros.
Fine, but Avalanche software belongs to Warner Brothers, though, so it's... Let me check.
in this castle tells the story. Witches and wizards who came before.
Ravenclaw, come on!
Slytherin.
You will meet lifelong
Gryffindor.
and grow into your own magical abilities in the classroom.
Oh yeah, Hufflepuffs, those are a thing too.
Just
Sirius
ignore them.
Black became a teacher. What the
Just
hell?
ignore them, Jova. You know, they tend to be too friendly. Oh god!
Oh
What,
no,
what were those things?
the Harry Potter version of the Porgs.
Being friendly is a bad thing now, okay.
Shiro, it's a school. You need to be smart before being friendly.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with being a Hufflepuff.
An ancient knowledge
Also in a school where
I-
everything's
Joe,
rigged
I
for one
said you
house.
figure it out.
Like, seriously? No.
Once again, the safest school on earth, everyone.
Bullshit.
Although, according to Cursed Child, a Hufflepuff can be very susceptible to becoming evil out of nowhere.
Keep in mind, around these months, I'm also playing like the mobile game, the one that has been, not very friendly started with the microtransactions. But I'm actually digging the story, and yes, they keep confirming that even pretty much a decade before Harry Potter arrived, Hogwarts still was a terrible place to hold traps.
Okay, now that I could believe.
Can you imagine that it is, in fact, the safest school? Like, what are the other schools like? Serious question.
Well, Bobaton and Ulstrug didn't seem to be described as
Hogwarts Legacy.
Pretty sure from what we know, Ilvermorny is much safer.
For the record, Portkey Games are the same developers who made the mobile game. So maybe it's like that.
I just found it too. Yes, this game is being made by Avalanche Software, aka now that it's just named Avalanche, it seems. Basically.
Huh.
Well, remember, Avalanche belongs to Warner Brothers, so.
Okay.
Hi everyone, I'm Dan Von,
Raven
creative
Software.
director at Raven. One of our goals as developers is to bring the game world to life unlike anything you've ever experienced, and the PlayStation 5 is making that happen. With the power of the new console, we've been able to significantly enhance the overall experience. From what you see in the world, to how it feels in your hands, to what you hear around you. In Black Ops Cold War,
it's an obligatory Call of Duty spot. Okay.
In the middle of one of the most dangerous times the world has ever known.
You can't ever since Activision, said basically, friendship.
Fuck you. Yeah, now Sony was my best friend.
But in true Black Ops style, nothing
these
is
kind
as
of
it
things have
seems.
been happening.
Take a look.
Kasim is out of the picture.
So, from what I get, the Cold War is an expansion that actually gives a story mode to the Call of Duty game that has come out.
I thought there already was a story mode in all the games.
Actually, I thought that the exception was that it didn't launch with a story mode, but as a compensation, it included a Battle Royale mode. Again, if Josh Kocher and people who are more into it or anything to go by, Call of Duty stories are actually not the worst thing ever. So there's that. The only one that I've seen in detail is the one of Advanced Warfare, the one with Kevin Spacey, and it's fine, serviceable. Not really enthusiastic, but serviceable.
Left side.
Oh, turns out you might have been right about that bit about Final Fantasy 16, Dwivs. Apparently the battle director is Ryoto Suzuki, designer of Devil May Cry 5 and Dragon's Dogma.
So
those news... So that news about him leaving... Well, Tio, Capcom have kind of been hemorrhaging developers lately. He was probably one of the ones that left.
I guess, but it's a shame because Devil May Cry 5 was successful and both critically and commercially, so you'd think Capcom would just keep him to do another sequel to that.
Tio, I have no idea what's going on at Capcom, but for some reason developers have been leaving left and right from
sure. This is not Sniper Elite Activision. Get on.
The sad thing with Capcom too is that every time you think they're getting better, they still manage to disappoint you still after that. It's sad.
It is.
Well, I can say that about every
Capcom kind of embodied that. Like, Sony do some stupid things, yes, but for the most part, they're on an upward trend here. Nintendo, for the most part, are known for still giving us quality games. Microsoft have been on a downward trend, so technically even they don't apply to the whole Microsoft thing.
I think Capcom's more of an extremely mixed bag. Like, some stuff they release is great, some stuff isn't.
I'm not even kidding. Like, from my perspective, if Microsoft really wanted to, like for example, if they really wanted to save the Xbox One, they should have bought Respawn and have the Titanfall IP be their own, except also Respawn
drone gameplay.
Man, that RC car has to be really powerful to go as fast as proper jeeps in a plane.
I'll say Toy Story Eat Your Heart Out.
Yeah, this kind of thing I can get.
It looks
Yeah,
neat.
this actually looks like a pretty cool game, I have to admit.
Yeah, but yeah, the thing about Capcom is like, well, they have always had this trend where every time people think they're
it's
finally
exploded
cleaning
too.
up their act, they tend to blow it. That, and they have terrible communication skills.
Shit.
Oh my
Even worse than Square.
Oh, yes. But more on that later. For now, though, yeah, I'll admit, this set piece does actually look pretty interesting.
Yeah, you can blow up an airplane with a little mini buggy. And he died.
Okay, you know what? Kudos. I mean, you know...
Is it a party? Or is
Yeah,
it,
it's Activision.
Oh, well, yeah, of course
It's
it's
Call of
Call of
Duty.
Okay. Oh, never mind then.
Pedro, it'll be a cold day in hell before Activision.
No, I know that.
We hope
It's
you
just that I
enjoyed that
wasn't
sneak
really
peek at the
seeing
campaign for Black Ops Cold War.
You have to understand,
There are
Joe, I
many
don't
more
really play
twists
Call
and
of Duty,
turns
so it's
along
kind
the
of
way
hard
as
for
we
me
begin
to,
to unravel
you know.
the truth, and we can't wait for you to play it soon. In addition to the story campaign, Cold War features the next generation of multiplayer online combat.
It's the same reason
and
why I was
all-new
confused at
awesome
E3
zombies
2018
experience.
when they showed
Today, I
the
have the special
God
honor
of
to
War
announce
with
on
that
behalf of my
new
friends
style
at
for the
Treyarch
first time.
that
But
the
now that I've
PlayStation
mentioned the
community
context, now
doesn't
I
have to
know.
wait to play multiplayer. Starting this Friday, PlayStation players will be able to play the multiplayer alpha exclusively on PlayStation 4. And for those of you that are watching at home on your PS4,
Well, yeah,
you can
the
preload the
Nominal
experience
fee
starting
required to
tomorrow.
access in
We
Germany
can't
and
wait to see
Japan.
you online Friday.
This is how Call of
and through the
Duty
weekend.
does things.
Enjoy
They
the
always
rest of
have
the
some
show.
kind of exclusive deal with it was with Xbox before PS4, and like I said,
Sorry
this is
if
kind of how
you're-
Call of Duty does things.
Sorry if you're German or Japanese. Pay a little bit extra.
All right, sure. No, it looks fine. It's not my cup of tea, but it looks like it looks interesting at the very least.
Next.
Quite impatient today, aren't you, Jova?
We want to get to the price.
Yeah, the more
They never mentioned the
Let-
price, to be fair.
Let's
so-
be
Yeah,
honest.
that's where his impatientness comes
Is
from,
that-
clearly.
Hangover Simulator. Oh, hello.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. The
Oh,
ma-
I think these might be Resident Evil 8.
Possibly, yeah. Let's be honest. The main reason most people are here today is to finally see the price of the PS5.
Yeah, it's Resident
they
Evil
never
8.
said in the. They never said there'd be a price reveal.
I know, yeah,
It's
but
not
that's
like-
the main reason people are here and hoping for.
It's most likely going to be the disc version. I mean, it's most likely going to be the same price as the Series X.
The
We'll
bell
see.
tolls for us all. They're coming again.
Grandma.
That voice acting.
Take your meds. To be fair, with the Resident Evil is rooted with hilarious, cheesy, over-the-top voice acting.
I'll admit, I have some mixed feelings about this new game. On one hand, cool, more Resident Evil. On the other hand, I wasn't always the biggest fan of the first-person gameplay style, and it doesn't help that they're going back to what's his name, the faceless protagonist from Resident Evil 7. Like,
And now Chris might be evil because he kills his sister.
and that is stupid. Also, to he kills the guy's wife, not his sister.
The rascal broke
Whatever,
free from
it's
this grasp
preaching.
and vanished into the trees.
I'm calling BS on that.
It's
anyway.
a pretty bold move, turning your protagonist into a bad guy.
Dwibs. We might as well be calling Halo 5 bold, and we all know how that train wreck turned out.
Also, I don't know, Last of
sometimes
Us
it
Part
can
2
work
did
out
it.
more.
Yes, Yuri?
I said, I don't know, Last of Us Part 2 did it.
Oh, God.
So wait, I get that. I think that this place used to have a strand of the T virus that turns people instead of more like lupine form, like lycanthropes, lycans. Sorry.
Not just werewolves, but apparently there are some vampiric folk as well. Yes, very clever with the title, Capcom.
We've seen this already, guys.
Worse. Eight Resident Evil.
Yes, that's the true name of the game.
Is that wait? Fat Man from Metal Gear Solid 2? What are you doing here?
Don't you see, Joe? But this is actually a new IP called 8 Age, and the subtitle is Resident Evil, just as a cute little gag. See?
Sure.
Well, nice
To
as
get
that.
people to buy it.
Nice as that was, it might have been nice to have gotten to see more gameplay footage out of the game. But what's you gonna do?
24 hours.
8 targets.
It's that game that
From Bethesda. Yeah.
Yeah.
That loop. Two birds, one stone.
Someone loves the 60s.
Or Tarantino.
You gotta
Yeah,
learn
he
how
loves
it
the
works.
60s.
Black Reef is a puzzle, and each visionary is a different piece.
Is this like Dorohedoro, the video game? What wears a mask when they assassinate people?
I've learned to run circles around him.
Ooh.
Oh, so
Oh
this is
yeah,
gonna be...
oh yeah, that's right. This is that.
I think this is the multiplayer mode.
I think this is that Deathloop game we've seen before.
Yeah, we did mention the title.
Didn't we keep getting the name of the game confused with the names of the developers? Well, Deathloop was like the name of the developers.
I've tried taking my targets out one by one more than I can remember, but there is never enough time. I go after one.
Please don't overdo the time counts in the actual game.
This is the video game adaptation of In Time.
Alexis Dorsey.
All we need is Justin Timberlake as the main character.
Hugo's a big fan, yet somehow he never makes it.
Well,
to
at
the
least
party.
this game doesn't seem to be taking itself as seriously as in this time, at least.
Here's the invite to the party.
And
here's why Ego
Super serious, and yet you have people in it called
It's a very
Minute.
bad movie, Joe.
Never heard of that one.
It was done by the creator of Gattaca, and I don't understand why it could get so low.
Wait, so is
And he
it?
also-
Wait,
he
wait, wait,
also
wait.
did that-
Wait,
The host, yeah.
was it worse than Gotti?
No, Gattaca, Jova. It's a sci-fi movie.
Oh.
It's actually a very good one.
He was also the writer for The Truman Show.
Wow,
Yes,
hey,
yeah,
I've heard good
yeah,
things
his
about that movie.
Yes, his career took a huge
A
downturn,
nosedive, Jesus.
Let's just say.
Ouch.
in the same
Kill. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do in
Two
these
birds,
games.
one stone.
Yeah, if this motherfucker.
Also, characters in wolf masks.
So if I understood correctly, you have superpowers that allow you to...
Tied to
Rewind
time, and apparently you're compelled to kill as many people as possible. But apparently there is someone else who has this power, like either in competition or proper rivalry.
Apparently the idea of the campaign is like, well, you're an assassin who can control time, but you have to deal with other assassins who have their own abilities and whatnot. And I guess the idea is to use your time loop abilities to get the best of everyone.
To break the loop.
Alright, sure. I actually like the visual style too. Very
There you
reminiscent.
go, that's the other rival. Oof.
You keep forgetting, Colt. I'm not like those other idiots. Only got one name on my list. Yours.
There you go, Deathloop, because it's made by Arcane, the guys who did the Dishonored and the Prey reboot.
Coming Q2 2021. PlayStation console exclusive.
Also on PC.
Yeah.
That fine print font.
I mean, hey, at least you can't say it wasn't there.
By technicality.
It's kind of like in those when you're seeing a commercial for a product, and then there's some little errors making like, do not try this at home or something along those lines.
Kinda.
Yeah. Mileage may vary.
Capcom,
Oh, another Capcom.
Is that the astronaut game? No, that still will take too long.
No, Returnal is.
Ooh, wait, was that B? Yeah, and this is Nero. Is that DLC for Devil May Cry 5?
Bit late for that.
Is this Devil May Cry 6 or something?
Yeah, it is.
Maybe it is Devil May Cry 6.
Oh,
no, maybe...
special edition.
Oh, there we go. Typical Capcom move. Special editions. Okay.
To be fair, Joe, it has been a staple since 3, so...
Oh yeah. Like I said, typical Capcom move. This is just one of the times where it's not a bad typical move of theirs.
So what is this? Is this like the complete edition?
Yeah.
Well, we have to see actually what entails new. If I recall correctly, the Bloody Palace was either properly added.
Hold on, they seem to be hinting at having
Playable
events
Virgil, there you go, that's team stuff.
Also,
again, another tradition, each special edition lets you play as Virgil.
Did he stab himself in the
It's a sort of a story spoiler for Devil May Cry 5, but that person that you're seeing with the Kane V and Virgil are kinda technically the same person.
Furthermore,
Why did he stab himself in the nuts?
it makes sense in
Again,
context.
it's complicated.
Anyway, though, it seems like they're hinting at also having some new story content that may take place after the end of the original campaign.
Probably
so
an
this is like
epilogue.
Persona 5 Royal.
Kinda, yeah.
Again, it's a typical thing of Capcom to release new editions of games that add on stuff here and there.
Although it might be a
Mega
bit
Man 11
different.
complete.
The previous special edition just like added a playable character and that's it. No real new story portions, but we'll see.
Available digitally at launch.
PS5.
So what is it, getting a physical edition?
It
Later.
probably will
2 years
later.
2 years after the fact.
Maybe it's going to be released first as a viable expansion for the base game. Maybe I don't know.
I don't
Well,
know.
that wouldn't make sense because this is apparently PS5 exclusive, so...
Oddworld Inhabitants,
Oddworld
Soulstorm.
Oh, it's Oddworld.
Yeah, about time it's been released actually.
Wasn't this shown during the Switch?
Yes.
That it's okay.
It's multi-plat.
It's complicated. Not specifically this one, but it's still multi-plat if I recall correctly.
It's a multi-plat disc, but the Oddworld franchise was very popular on the PS1 back in the day.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Yeah,
to
I
have,
get it.
It had a troubled story though, so that's why it jumped a bit all over the
I'm
place.
Lauren Lanning, creative director of Oddworld Soulstorm. And we're excited to bring you an all-new exclusive trailer from
It's
the game.
kind of a shame that
Here,
that Devil May
our
Cry
unlikely
special
hero,
edition thing
Dave,
won't be a free
finds
update
himself
for
fresh
people
off
who
the
already
back of
purchased it
freeing
on the
his people from the
PS4.
nefarious
Yeah,
Regiment
Joe,
farms.
money is
Thinks
such
the
a
journey is
beautiful
over,
word.
but soon
wouldn't you
discovers
say?
it is
Especially
only
with
just
Capcom,
begun.
yeah.
The stakes
Anyway,
are
so
higher,
yeah, new
the threats
Oddworld
are
game.
larger, the obstacles are more devious.
not
Yeah,
completely new.
like it's been mentioned, this is basically a remake of the second Oddworld game, just with probably a bit more set pieces, because unlike with you and Tasty, here they wanted to change things up a bit.
Just gonna beggar.
Yeah, get this, Joe, if you don't know. For a while, the Oddworld franchise actually was in the clutches of EA, if you can believe that.
Oh boy.
It was actually, by the time we were starting to making Xbox, the original Xbox, exclusive games, Munch Odyssey and Stranger's Wrath. But EA was treating them so poorly, they decided to either just wait until the rights expired before continuing whatever they wanted to do.
Wow, that's some perseverance, but it looks like it paid off.
Yeah, this actually looks
Yeah,
pretty
allow the
faithful.
rights to expire.
Wait here. Why the hold up? I could go for a sandwich right now. We gotta get out of here. Come on, let's get out of here.
Just fart on them, yeah.
Oddworld Soulstorm.
Soulstorm. Coming at some
A little
point.
nostalgic treat for the older crowd.
How much did you roll?
How much? Sorry, what?
Someone dropped like a dice object. How much did you roll?
I rolled earphones.
Great.
Gregory,
That's not a
your
number.
friends are worried about you. They're here with me. Please come out.
No, thank you.
No, not with your creepy voice, I'm not.
I may have lost my temper earlier, but it was just a glitch. It
Uh,
won't happen again.
no, please.
This seems like
FNAF?
It's been such a
Yeah.
difficult day for all of us. Why
Sounds
don't
That
you-
like-
sci-fi.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
son
voice-
of
the
a
voice
gun!
sounds
It
the
is
same. Oh,
FNAF.
baby.
It is FNAF. It's that new space one, and yeah, that sounds like
that was
Baby.
the I couldn't remember the character's name. Thank you too.
Baby Circus.
Uh-huh.
I haven't seen anything of FNAF since.
This looks massive.
Um,
Jesus.
What was the one after 3?
Oh,
Or
yeah, that was Sister Location.
Sister Location. Sister Location.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, hello there.
Five Nights at
Security.
Freddy's
I know,
security
I know, Pedro. You're tougher than me. I just can't stand loud noises. Okay.
It's not that I'm tough to it. It's more so I've grown desensitized with jump scares over the years.
Good for you.
Okay.
Okay, good that
So,
they reminded us
after,
that that
after some
game
of the
exists.
audience are recovering, being jump scared. What's next?
Well, isn't that what FNAF is all about? Like a lot of jump scares?
And lore, lots of lore.
Yeah, it's the point where they're
PlayStation Studios. I think,
Oh.
judging from the music, this might be Demon Souls. Yes, it looks like.
FNAF was a series I enjoyed, but the lore became a bit too
Okay.
messy.
Okay. Basically, Sheree, all you need to. Well, shoot. Do you care about spoilers?
Yeah, there's the
No,
Nexus.
but we'll talk about that later.
Oh, it looks awesome.
It doesn't look bloomy. There's that.
Demon Souls. The game with a somewhat clumsy release, but now will have properly the introduction it was meant to have.
Handled by the best possible people who could get to make a remake of it.
So Demon Souls, from what I understand, is in many ways the precursor to the likes of Dark Souls, apparently.
Literally the first experiment. Oh, actual gameplay. Alright.
Oh, cool.
I think this is tutorial area. So let's see if so let's see if Sony wants to showcase this player being butt-hurted by the Vanguard. Basically, Java, while it is a predecessor of Dark Souls, but it does have a couple of things that are drastically different, like a magic meter, for example. So it is different that kind of way.
Shit.
What?
That just posted like apparently Teo Naoki Yoshida is the producer of Final Fantasy 16. Holy crap.
Wait, Nike Yoshida.
That guy's not gonna get any sleep.
Naoki Yoshida is the director of Final Fantasy 14, Jova. So after after making a big success with 14, they decided, you know what? Do you want to make a single player Final Fantasy? And he's like, sure.
We're kind of have our personnel busy, so the responsibility now is on you. Don't fuck up.
Holy cow.
Please?
Well, it's already proven that he can make great Final Fantasy work, so I'm okay with that.
This should be interesting.
But yeah, Jova, basically, again, it's kind of roughly the same, just, with its own personal things. I don't know how much this remake will change things up.
Forget, do you play an undead soul in this game?
Kinda. It's a bit more complicated. Essentially, you're a normal person who can die, but can go back in sort of in soul form, reclaim it by defeating the so-called demon lords. And regaining, the so-called demon souls, actually, to free the kingdom of Boletaria.
So
as you can see, sorry, go ahead.
So unlike Dark Souls, you're actually alive from the start as opposed to starting.
Your character still doesn't talk, if that's what you're asking, Jova.
This is basically a spiritual predecessor, if you go because this is where the souls thing.
There's Vanguard.
As you can see, it even has the same type of art style, the same type of, gray material type gates and stuff like that. So as you can see, it's... And this is basically the one that has been not re-released for a long time, yeah...
There was also a bit of a nice licensing nightmare because this was published by Sony only in Japan, I think. In America it was like Atlus for some reason. Oh, there you go, the Armored Spider. The Iron Knight, Power Knight.
Power Knight,
yeah, sorry. The Red Dragon.
Yay. And you got the Flame Lurker.
Yeah.
I like Flame Lurkers how they did this combination of how he looked in the original concept art and how he looked in the original PS3 game. So it's kind of a best of both worlds of sorts that they're going for with the Flame Lurker design.
So, release date, maybe?
Demon Souls.
Let's see.
Come on.
Nope.
Alright then.
Alright, you have to wait.
So it's probably going to be in 2021 mostly.
Oh, at least we showcased the actual gameplay demonstration. Okay, Sony, we get it, aesthetic, but, can you...
We have to load. No, this is the loading screen.
Look at how blue we are.
That's the loading screen for the next trailer. We have to load.
To load trailers.
What is this?
This showcase is not using the SSD.
Oh,
so
is this Gods and Monsters game?
Fortnite.
Oh, Fortnite.
Oh, okay.
Well, we
To
gotta
be
get
fair,
our,
kind of like Call of Duty, Epic Games probably struck a deal with Sony in order to showcase, their partnership and everything.
So, literally, every time they add a new
Available
character,
at
isn't that
launch.
pretty much just a skin? Oh.
It's more like cosmetics, Jova. Your character doesn't mean anything, it's just the way you look.
I don't get why they're making such a big deal out of that.
PlayStation
model.
Plus
Oh.
Collection?
PlayStation Plus Collection.
What does that mean?
PlayStation Plus collection? What?
So what, like a bunch of PlayStation Plus games actually made physical and released on a single disc?
Or like permanent edition instead of being rotating for each month. A new PlayStation Plus benefit
Plus
PS5.
PS5.
Yeah?
Oh, okay. What is that?
Call of War.
Oh, yeah,
Bloodborne. Monster Hunter World. Final Fantasy 15.
Final Fantasy 15.
Fallout
And
4.
this won't blow up my PS4.
Mortal Kombat X, so not 11. Uncharted 4. The Ratchet and Clank remake, which everyone loves. Days Gone.
People are
Until
too fond
Dawn.
of.
So basically, I'm guessing you're gonna get these games.
Detroit! Detroit!
Detroit!
Hey!
Enhanced editions.
I think I'm guessing what they mean. Like, it's the free update shit.
Oh, Battlefield 1.
Infamous Second Son.
That's a good game, actually.
It actually will benefit from Batman Arkham Knight from a higher frame rate, so why not? Last Guardian. Ooh.
Huh.
Hey.
So, what's
Last
yellow?
Plus Remastered.
Well, it's not the second game at least.
Persona 5.
Persona 5. Oh, base Persona 5.
Normal.
Why?
Resident Evil 7.
Resident
Well-
Evil 7.
I'm not okay with that for the sake of preservation, so that's fine.
Also, Jova, in case you're wondering, Atlus has weird way in re-releasing some of its game. Remember, like if I recall, Steam actually has the vanilla version of Catherine and not full body.
Yeah, Steam only has a Catherine Classic, yes.
Enjoy a selection of generation-defining PS4 games. Access the entire collection on your PS5. Simply download games and start playing.
Oh, cool.
But you need a PS Plus subscription, I guess.
And it's not available in China.
Oh no, sir.
I mean, if there are any Chinese viewers,
So there you go, China. Hope you've appeased you.
That was a thing.
I mean, it sounds pretty cool. I mean, some of them I haven't even played.
Well, I guess... it's weird though. Aren't those games gonna be like, backwards compatible anyway?
It's you don't own the games, I'm assuming.
I guess. There we are on the ever so silly
copy machine.
PS5 design.
The copy machine.
That's a fancy copy machine.
I know, right? When you wanted
where's
the
all the paint?
extra crispy taste.
No. Don't you see, Tio? It's Perfect Cell's crown.
Looks
Yeah,
more
so...
like a printer to me.
Yes, we can see the
Made
texture.
by Sony.
Tell us the cost, the moolah. How
You know,
easy?
that's the idea. You can take a screenshot, just like on the PS4, and you can print it right from the console itself.
So, are
I'm
you
poor
finally
shit
gonna give us a
anyway.
prize
Come on,
point?
Just say it.
Come on, prize point!
Come on.
$4.99 US.
Yes, I was
$3.99
right.
Hey!
The same
So
price
it's
as-
exactly the same.
November 12 for US, Japan, Canada, Mexico, Australia, and November 19 for the rest of the world, including Europe. So we get it a week after you, Jova.
Goody.
People in November are
America.
going to be
So
broke.
now you know.
Wait,
Thank you all
I got
for
I missed
joining
the
us today.
I forgot the price. Sorry, what was it again?
The same as
Your
this.
passion is
The
I meant
same
in
as the
pounds.
prizes to deliver
It's
a
the s-
truly
it's the
new
same as the Series
generation of
X,
experiences on
Ah.
PS5.
I got wait a
From
minute. I was
everyone at
right. It is
PlayStation,
exactly the
we
same
appreciate
price.
Well,
your
the
continued
digital edition actually cost $100 more than the Xbox One
very
S.
soon.
Huh.
To
Oh,
close,
The
yeah.
PS Notice effect.
Let me leave you
Microsoft
with
said that
one
the
more
Series
quick
S is
note.
going to be less powerful.
They have one more thing.
One more thing. Let's do it first.
One more vague. Whatever it is.
What is it?
Darkness.
Snow. Snow, the game.
Yeah, so this is Pretty Snow. Can we...
No, you're just getting snow.
Wait, is this the new God of War game?
Oh my god, please tell me this.
Yeah, the music is that. So is it like Ragnarok? Yes, kill Elsa.
Yeah!
You must prepare yourself.
There it is, Ragnarok.
There
It actually is
we
the title.
go.
Or actually not, hold on.
Let's just say people who played God of War 4 will know exactly what that means.
2021. It's just a...
Holy crap, it's gonna be a great year. Like
Santa Monica.
West and God of War? Jesus.
It's just a teaser, so we'll have to see more in the future. But yeah, there it is.
And here's the ending recap.
But yeah, just to answer you too. Remember too, Microsoft specifically said that the Series S, instead of not having a disk drive, is also less powerful. That's why they were able to price it that low. Whereas the digital edition of the PS5, the only difference is that it has a disk drive, but technically it's as powerful as the disk version.
So it might be actually more up my alley, actually.
Yeah,
I'll have to consider.
Yeah, you tend to buy a lot of games digitally via sales anyway, so you decided that actually is a good option for you.
I mean, I'll have to think about it because I'm still poor as fuck anyway, so I can wait.
You know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
All right, I actually really like that.
This was a fine and fair showing.
Actually, just the fact that God of War and Horizon Forbidden West are already coming next year, that already is enough for me, like, because I'm looking extremely excited for those two games in particular.
I found the
How much is it in pounds, Libs?
So the rest is a montage.
So, disc PS5 is £449.99. Digital one is £359.99.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So wait, the Avalanche Software, the company that is developing the Harry Potter games, was mostly specialized in minor licensed games that, were a bit subpar. The only one that I recognize that is actually pretty good on its own, because I've seen footage of it, is the Toy Story 3 video game. But we're mostly behind the Disney Infinity, brand line, and the Cars 3 video game.
So, Asobo Studio managed to get out of being a second-rate Disney tie-in, because remember, they made the PS2 version of WALL-E, which was the lesser version compared to the HD version. But they mentioned transitions from doing that to making a Plague Tale, and now they've just recently made Microsoft's Flight Simulator 2020. So developers are capable of, getting out of that status.
All right, it's over. Let's recap final thoughts. Who wants to start?
Can I go first?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Wibs.
Okay. Yeah, I really enjoyed this particular showcase. Showing off some stuff we were familiar with before, such as Spider-Man Miles Morales, which apparently is also going to be on PS4.
Was it? Cool.
Yeah, apparently. And also some stuff that I didn't expect, such as Final Fantasy 16. Which seems to be okay. I know 14 also went back to a more medieval looking aesthetic, but
this is an actual proper return to form.
Yeah, the first non-MMO one to do so.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, and considering it's being produced by the producer director of 14, it's not, in hindsight, I guess it's not really all that surprising.
Yoshida also loves to be super referential, so yeah, it makes sense too.
Yeah, and yeah, the biggest thing is the price point. I'll be aiming to get the disc-based version. I probably won't be able to afford it in this for another 2 years, but hopefully, so I'll probably be getting my fingers crossed for a birthday or Christmas present. Although I'm also hoping that if anyone gets it for me, I'm hoping they don't get it mixed up and get the digital version instead. Because that kind of thing can happen where you say, "Oh, can I have this?" and then they get you something else because they say, "Oh, you weren't specific enough."
Parents of the world, inform yourselves before you make your purchase. Thank you.
Or ask somebody who works there. But yeah, overall, enjoyed this presentation, and it accomplishes in I think a bit of a shorter time what Microsoft was going to do, and PlayStation I think kind of undercut the price.
They did?
Oh, well, okay, the discless version, I think, anyway.
No. Actually, James,
I can't remember.
No, James, the Xbox Series S discless version is actually cheaper than the PS5 discless version.
$299.
It is. Remember, Dwebs, the Series S is less powerful than the X, whereas both PS5s are on the same power, just that one doesn't have a disk drive.
That's fair enough, I guess. I couldn't remember. Or whatever.
One's $299, the other's $399.
You know what that
give and take the natural monetary difference.
Honestly, considering the best thing about the Series S/X is going to be the backwards compatibility thing. It allows for a cheap because remember the backwards compatibility is digital only, so you can just get that for the backwards compatibility aspect.
So yeah, overall I really enjoyed this one, and now I have to be RB. So next.
All right, can I go next?
Go on.
I actually really enjoyed it. Yeah, and it's exactly. They showed a lot of good stuff for me, so I'm happy personally. And I'm looking forward to. And if Miles Morales is coming to the PS4 still, okay, cool, even better. But at the same, and I'm really extremely excited for Horizon Forbidden West coming next year. And now God of War Ragnarok is gonna come next year as well. Holy crap, that's cool. So yeah, definitely looking forward to those games, as well as Ratchet and Clank. That one is apparently rumored to be releasing in January. So yeah, looking forward to that. And yeah, like so now I can make my basic decision about when it comes to the thing. When it comes to, if you're someone who doesn't mind digital, yeah, definitely, and you generally care about multiplats, yeah, definitely you consider getting a Series S, since if you're only interested in multiplats, it can work for you. But if you, but honestly, just in terms of choosing, but if you're like me and you want something with a disk drive, I'm assuming most of us here want something with a disk drive, definitely I would say go for the PS5 so far is showing a lot better content, if you ask me. Just because it's just showed a lot of awesome stuff, whereas Microsoft, like Jova said, has been on a downward thingy, and they don't really show any big bangers that make you want to pay for a full-blown console. I mean, I'm not. So they need. So yeah, definitely getting a PS5. Now, eventually, I might get a Series S and along the run, maybe when a cheap Series S version, just so I can get the backwards compatibility stuff, specifically OG Xbox stuff. But that's all. For now, I'll just get the PS5 so I can play Horizon Forbidden West and God of War Ragnarok, definitely. So yeah, definitely, and I enjoyed pretty much almost everything. Yeah, here. Even the stuff that's not my cup of tea seemed at the very least cool on its own merits. So it's fine by me. That's it.
Jova.
Yeah, this was a fine and fun showing here and there. Has not convinced me to get the PS5 at launch, mind you, but it looks fine and fair. Final Fantasy 16 looks interesting. That said, this is Square, so I'll wait, like I said, I'll wait to see if we get it this decade and if it'll turn out to be good. Okay, I am confident it will turn out to be good given the developer's past experience. Like, you know, we've got Devil May Cry 5 aficionado working on this, and the producer and director of 14 also. What?
Yeah.
He's gonna have to balance the two out.
If it helps you, Jova, no, Yoshida tends to be very efficient. So maybe this one will only take like 3 years to make instead of 5 or 6.
I just hope 14 doesn't suffer as a result.
I wonder, is 14 anywhere near to, well, then again, 11 still going, so I guess 14's still going to keep on
If
going.
you're wondering, Jova, no, nowhere near done. Both story-wise and gameplay.
Well, Teo, in 16, he's only a producer. He's not actually actively working on the game. He's basically...
To be fair, though, when it comes to Japanese terminology, producer is pretty much the equivalent of game director in a lot of sense.
Well, we'll see. The game does apparently have its own director, but we'll see. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, okay, the battle director is technically the guy from the Capcom, so maybe he'll be the main director of the game as is. All the same, though, I mean, you know, I'm pretty sure that this shouldn't negatively affect Final Fantasy XIV, all things considered. 16 looks interesting. I'll wait to see how that fleshes out. The Miles Morales Spider-Man game, that might have been the biggest highlight for me today. It looks very good. I guess my only issue is that the enemies kind of look generic here and there. Like, I hope that, just because it's a smaller scale story doesn't mean that we'll end up getting more generic mooks here and there. Otherwise, the action looks to be the good and, well, pretty much the same from the original Spider-Man game. So, yeah, that's looking more to be in the bag, all things considered. Demon Souls, that looks neat. Resident Evil 8 Village. Like I said, heavily mixed feelings on it. I'm not really that much a fan of the first-person style, and again, that they're going back to focusing on... I think his name is Cole, or Ethan, maybe? Yeah,
Ethan.
Yeah, Ethan. Ethan was kind of one of the... He is literally one of the blandest Resident Evil protagonists we've had. And yeah, them supposedly trying to tout, Chris Redfield is evil! Ooh, the actual series face is evil! Yeah, I am not buying that. Not with a 10-inch ball, for that matter, here and there. That said, it does look like they'll be trying some new and interesting things, all things considered. So, like I said, mixed bag regarding that game with me. A lot of the other stuff looked fine and
The
interesting.
new Harry Potter game, Hogwarts Legacy.
It's a thing. I mean,
Looks alright.
I'm kind of a bit soured on the developer because of their little microtransaction fiasco with their other games. So,
Well, I can tell you this, Hogwarts Mystery is still going still to this day and, receiving updates regularly and everything, so it's not dying anytime soon.
Yeah. I will just wait to see how this one plays out. I don't exactly have the strongest of feelings regarding that game. Let's see, what else was there?
The new FNAF.
I already knew about that new FNAF game coming, so yeah, could be interesting. Could be. I liked the God of... Well, okay, the God of War tease was what it was. A tease. Mind you, it's a tease that gets me very excited, but a tease nonetheless. I will have to wait to properly judge on it. But that said, it is good for hype, I'll give them that. Especially considering what God of War 4 was building up to, all things considered. And with a name like Ragnarok, anyone who's familiar enough with Norse mythology should have a good idea of how heavy things are going to get. Also, I love how they hyped up revealing the price point of the console. Like, they knew that people have been waiting God knows how long for that stuff in there. Yeah, like I said, I might wait for a price drop on the disc version, or I'll probably maybe wait for the inevitable better edition. Unless I get lucky and someone just gets it for me for a birthday present or Christmas present like how I got my PS4.
It's times like this where I'm not sure whether having me birthday on the same month as Christmas is that much of an advantage.
You get presents.
Well, here's the thing. When you have your birthday in like December, or God help you on December 25th.
No, Job, I understand that. It was just saying you guys are lucky but still get presents.
Cute, yeah. But yeah, overall, this was a fine enough show. It wasn't the most hype-worthy show. I'd say that Sony's first PS5 showcase did kind of a better job in getting me hyped, all things considered. But this one was good as well here and there. A lot of the games do look fine and interesting here. It's just that admittedly, a lot of it was kind of based off of stuff that I don't know enough about enough to really gauge my interest that well.
Fair enough.
Overall, though, they're doing a fine enough job by the looks of it. Also, I love how, again, they're pretty much touting these as exclusive, even though pretty much most people can probably guess that a lot of these will probably become multi-platform, like, in a year or two eventually, and how they had the fine print with the PC exclusive there. Itty bitty text. It's like one of those commercials where they rush by the fine print stuff.
Yeah, this is something that's been a thing for like a micro on the Xbox 360 era. Microsoft also used to do this kind of thing all the time. So
yeah.
All right then, Shira, you go next. All right. Well, that was another great showcase from them. it looks like people who buy the thing are going to have a great first year and a half. So
that is good.
Again, good luck to anyone trying to buy anything in November. It seems
super crowded.
This is where the online stores are probably going to thrive.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And also fry. But yes. I do think they would have held off on the price just a tiny bit longer if Microsoft's price points for the Xbox hadn't had leaked, because they didn't announce them willingly. But
yeah.
I think maybe the next showcase we would have had it, because we have the release date now and it's pretty soon. But I think they would have held off on the price just a little bit if it wasn't for that leak. But it's the same, and it's pretty much the cap that everyone wanted. So yes, no, this was very good. People will have lots to do anyway for the next year and a half, which is great. And that's it.
All right, I'll finish up. First of all, I know it's a bit of a nitpick, but why couldn't this be a state of play? Like, seriously, you know, a lot of audience actually consider state of play as a subpar, due to the content show, and this would have been a great occasion to actually, change their mind about that. But I guess, wasted occasion, but probably they didn't think about that and wanted to focus on these being tied to, it's part of a PSP, PS5 reveal package, whatever.
You do have a point,
onto the actual reveals themselves. Final Fantasy 16 looks in development. I mean, I'm confused a bit why we're using, again, the Luminous engine. I got the idea they wanted to, don't have that anymore, because it might have created too much problems. I guess they're really confident, or stubborn enough. We'll see in the future, probably far future, how much it will entail. I'm surprised that this didn't turn out to be an upgraded version of Agni's philosophy. Everyone wanted that to be Final Fantasy 16. But anyway, Miles Morales, again, solid as the original main game, so there's that, just with its own set of powers. We'll see what the new mysterious villain, or villains, might be. The Hogwarts game looks, again, exactly like the leaks said a year ago. I'm surprised that they waited enough to showcase, because the game is listed still also for both PS4 and Xbox One, so it's multi-gen. I can only hope it's not, in terms of Warner Brothers, as multi-gen as the first Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor, because the PS3 and Xbox 360 versions of that game were kind of bad, and it was clear that it was made with the next gen in mind, and the people one suffered as a result. So I do wonder if it's the same case here. But what they showcased is fine. It's probably the Harry Potter game, the Hogwarts game that everyone in their childhood wanted. We'll just have to see if they manage to, juggle the marketing campaign, considering the stuff that has happened to the offers in recent times. But again, not the topic here. Story mode for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. It was a nice set piece, I will say that. But again, it could be just, like the highlight of the game. We'll see. Like I said, Call of Duty stories are not bad by nature, just there. So this might be the same, or it could be a bit more. We'll see. Resident Evil 8 Village. It's fine for trying to be different for me, but again, I'm a bit detached by Resident Evil itself as a franchise, so I'm not unbalancing myself too much. The Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, looks interesting, especially if they want to do a bit more than just adding playable Virgil. We'll see where they want to take the franchise after this, though, I guess. The Demon's Souls remake still looks good. It looks very fast, too. For those who haven't played the Souls-like game, there is a sort of, time to wait, period where, for example, when you want to enter a fog gate, instead of his gameplay demonstration, it's like, boom, right there and there. And of course, Vanguard is still a bitch, but that's supposed to be tutorial, so there's that. We'll have to see if they changed too much from the gameplay. It did look the same, but I do wonder if they just rebalance some stats or not. I wonder. Oddworld Soulstorm, again, it looks on par with what they showed in the previous trailers, so there's that. What else? The teaser to God of War 5. I still don't know if Ragnarok really is gonna be the subtitle, but I suspect that fans will start calling it like that, and Santa Monica will probably just adequate on that. That's my hinge on that. It's coming in a surprisingly fast amount of time. We'll see how it turns out. What else? Oh yeah, the new weird service for the PS Plus. It's still relatively vague, but it's still offering a bunch of retro compatibility with some PS4 titles. Important one too. Again, people have demanded a more stable running version of Bloodborne for years. So this might be actually a chance to play Bloodborne in 60 FPS that a lot of people wanted. But again, they will need to be a bit more, precise with the terminology they used. Yeah, the new FNAF game looks it looks like Scott this time actually really took its time to prepare the assets. Again, it's really interesting to see this person who really had very humble origin managing to get this far in just a couple of years and still being extremely chill about it. But again, FNAF has never been too much for me because, as I demonstrated, I'm way too chicken rules for jump scares.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to interrupt you because Jeff Keighley on his Twitter 10 minutes ago confirmed that Demon's Souls is a launch title for the PS5. Right here.
Called it.
Why we couldn't say that in the conference? Whatever.
Did they not have the date and forgot to put it on before they put it up?
Probably.
Maybe the editor fucked up. Who knows? Whatever. That's the important stuff is that now we know and nobody needs on the battle. But no, I think that's pretty much it. I don't think there's anything major that I might have missed. The price line, the price tag. Last thing to mention, it's all right. Again, for the comparison between that and the Xbox Series X, it's all right. Each console seems to cater towards different types of one performance, one graphical fidelity. We'll see. Time will tell, how much sales are, but I can see potentially the fact that these might have involved people more to buy a PS5. We'll see when the actual release date, happens. We know what it is again, November, but we'll see how much the actual buying is going to be and what console is going to be privileged. Probably still the base model, but I wouldn't be surprised if the digital only model still sells quite a lot because again, cheaper alternative and all. Personally, just like Dweebs and Shiroi, I'm not gonna touch it until 1 or 2 years, just like it did with any other console. It's very more of a staple. It's nothing too personal. It's just that I don't want to spend too much money. And like Rental Flow said, in one of his songs, it's much more wise to try not to buy a console at launch or Apple products. But that's pretty much it for me, and pretty much for us. So still good stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll see you for the next State of Play, I guess.
We'll see you then for
Whatever
that.
they call it then.
Honestly, although honestly, too,
Yeah.
going off of what you said, maybe they've retired the term State of Play.
I don't know. We'll see. See ya.